Welcome back everyone, this is MandoAllDay, back with another video, and in this video I'll be doing an overview of Catman. This is from the Villains United. I'm not too sure this is from a story or a run or anything. To be honest with you, I'm not familiar with this character. I have seen this character before in some of the comics, but I don't know anything about him. As always, I will talk about the figure itself in terms of the articulation, sculpture, and paint, and if it's worth your purchase or not. Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button to now support the channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. So let's take a look at front of the box, the side, the back, the other side, top, and bottom. Alright, now let's take a look at the figure outside the box. As always, they do come with a card. The front of the card looks like. The back of the card. It does come with accessories. It comes with 2 knives. They're pretty simple detail knives, but they do come with 2 of them. So I'll just show you guys one because they're pretty much identical. There's one. You can see that silver, a little bit of brown on there on the handle. It was pretty clean looking. Again, there's 2 of them, and it does come with 2 different fists, which I don't know why you would actually want to replace it. Here's the left one. And here is the right one. And I say that because, well, this fist has just plain wolf fist. This has more detail on it. And of course, it comes with a regular puck stand. Alright, let's talk about the articulation on this figure. So, head left and right, up, down. Oof, up, down, not a whole lot, that's fine. But left to right, quite a articulation. Shoulder, bicep, elbows, wrist. There you go. The camera can pick it up. And I'll do torso as well too. Oof. There we go. And swivel. So overall, the upper body articulation is good. The only downside, which is not really a downside, is going to be the head articulation up, down. It's not the greatest, but it's fine. It was passable. Leg articulation, knees, ankles, and of course toes as well too. So the leg articulation, it's good as always, McFarlane, and overall the figure in terms of the articulation, it's really good. Now let's talk about this figure. Right away, this head sculpture, I'll be completely honest with you, I'm not familiar with this character, but I still like the look of it. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I have seen this character before. I believe it's one of the Red Hood stories, but anyway, so head sculpture, it looks good. Something about the paint on the face is just a little off. It's not bad, it's just something about it. It's missing something. Maybe it's just me. You got the painted eyes on there, which is blue eyes. The teeth on there. A little bit of sculpture on the mask right there, and of course on the top you can see that very subtle. I don't know if my camera can pick it up. You can see a little bit right there, and of course the cat ears on as well. So the head sculpture, it's good. It looks good. It looks clean, but again, something about the face paint, I don't know what it is. It's just something about it's a little off. It's not bad. It's just off. And in terms of the shoulder and arm, it's just plain light orange or really light brown or brown with orange. Very clean looking, just big shoulder, bicep, definitely tricep. Look at that tricep right there. Then you have here on the wrist as well to the forearm. A little bit of sculpture design there. And of course, it's going to be those Wolverine claws, I call them. I know they're not Wolverine claws, but that's what I call them because whenever I see something like this, I always think of, well, Wolverine. And I gotta say, it actually looks really good. It's very detailed claws right here. And it actually looks really good. And I like the paint. The paint on it, it's actually like a bright gray and silver. And I like it because it actually makes it look like it's steel. Obviously, it's not, but it makes it look like it. And I actually gotta say, McFarlane did a really good job with these claws. Again, very subtle, but it looks really good. Look at all the detail right here on the claws. And it looks good, though. I'm telling you, when you see it in person, you're going to be like, damn, they actually look kind of real. They're not, but it looks kind of real. And the other arm is going to be similar to his left arm, which is plain looking. Then you got the upper body. You got the the claw, chest emblem. And the upper body is just very muscle tone, not much to it. Very clean looking Catman. And of course, the cape. The cape looks nice. Actually looks really nice. It is cloth, so you can pose it wherever you want. And we'll take a look in the back. He got, looks like, his straps on here, on his arms on there. Very clean back, right? Not much to it. So overall, I gotta say, the upper body, it looks good. Simple and clean, yes. But it still looks good overall. Just something about the face paint, I'm just kind of... Again, it's not bad. It's just something about it's a little off, though. But that's just me, though. Then you got the belt. The belt has the same kind of color that's on here. Also present in the center right here on the buckle. Then you have here the other compartments on there. And it looks good, though. It's very dark brown. You have this right here. Little holes right here. You can put the knives on there, which I'll put one right now. If I can... Just like so. It's pretty cool. Little details like this, why I like McFarlane. But overall, like I say, the belt looks good. Very clean looking belt. And you can actually put the knife on there too. In terms of the leg detail, similar to the upper body, it's just very muscle tone, spandex. Not much going on. Thick thighs on there. The boots colored on there. Similar kind of style that's on here on the wrist. Also present here on the boot as well too. And again, not much going on in terms of sculpture design, but you got that like orange with brown kind of paint, and then you got the more darker brown on the boots. And of course, Catman does a little bit of squats, not a whole lot, but hey, he does some squats though. So overall, I gotta say, it's a good looking figure. Weird, yes, but an overall package, I gotta say, it looks really, really good. Clean, simple design. But again, that's how he looks like in the comics. And like I said, I'm not familiar with the character, but I have seen this character in some of the comics. And so, once again, I really like this figure. And I'm really digging it. But of course, the main question is this really worth it? Should you go out and get this figure? Well, for $20, which I actually believe is 20 bucks, correct me if I'm wrong. And for $20 for what you're getting, I think it's a good deal for $20. Is it one of those figures you have to go out and get right away? Yes, because it's a gold label. If this was a regular figure, honestly, I would just say wait for a sale. Because let's be honest, not a lot of people are going to know about Catman, including myself, and I read comics. And so, it's not one of those characters that's well known, but it is appreciated. And I actually do like McFarlane trying something different. But even though the figure is simple, in terms of sculpture design, the paint's pretty simple, the overall package and presentation, it looks good, man. And also, it comes with accessories, comes with different hands and knives. And so, for $20, which I believe is 20 bucks, I think it's a good deal. Like I said, if this was not a gold label, I would say wait, but it is, so it's one of the things you have to get it right now. Apart from the price, though, what do you think about the figure? As mentioned, I like the figure. Looks clean, looks simple, but it looks good overall. So, once again, what do I give Catman, the Villains United Gold Label figure? I give it a thumbs up. Since we're talking about Catman, you obviously have to talk about, well, Catwoman. This is Catwoman from the Nightfall storyline, and of course, Catman on here. I think these two side by side work very well. One, you got a really bright colored Catman, then you got a really bright colored Catwoman. And like I said, I think it looks good, these two side by side. And so here we have two cat people, per se. Catman next to Catwoman. Here we have Catwoman from the Arkham City wave. I think it's City or Asylum. I'm pretty sure it's City. And of course, Catman himself. And as mentioned with regarding the other Catwoman works well because of the color and just the overall presentation. This Catwoman, it doesn't really work. It looks off having these two side by side. This looks more detail, more sculpture, and of course the paint. Here is just very plain, clean looking, but again, more comic-oriented figure. So once again, here we have Catman next to Catwoman, aka the queen of the, well, as you can see, glutes. Here we have Catman next to, well, really, really bright Two-Face as Batman. I really like this figure. The colors, I'm telling you, when you see it in person, you're going to be like, that is a really bright red. And I'm so glad McFarlane didn't do the whole glossy red. Because if he did, it would really stand out. Then you have this really bright more muted colors on here in terms of the Catman. And these two side by side, it actually really works. Not perfect, but it works because, well, the two brightly colored figures, and so it could blend in. Granted, they're both two different characters, but like I said, I think they work well. Here we have Batman that's more comic accurate. This is Batman from the Three Joker storyline, the Amazon exclusive one, and of course, Catman. And I think this works very well. One, you have a more cleaner looking Batman. And also, two, the colors I think work very well. I can't find the regular one, but the regular I think it wouldn't fit because it's too bright of a color. And so having this one, this particular version of Batman next to this one, I think it works well, blends well. Weird looking, yes, but it works well in terms of the color combination. So once again, Batman, Three Jokers next to Catwoman, gold label. Or Catman, gold label, excuse me. Here we have Catman next to Batman, the McFarlane created figure, I don't know what you want to call it, or McFarlane design, I should say. And I wanted to bring this figure because you can really appreciate sometimes the detail McFarlane does. Because I know sometimes people overlook certain characters, you're like, it's whatever, I don't like this character. But when you have a figure like this, compared to this, just look at all the detail. Look at the utility belt, the gold, the various paints, the Batman logo, just everything about it. It really pops in terms of sculpture design, and of course paint as well too. But this is more comic accurate, but again, more cleaner looking, plainer looking compared to this one. They both look good, but the question is, which one do I prefer out of these two? It's difficult to choose because on one hand you have this figure right here, more comic accurate, but it looks cleaner. Then you have this version of Batman, so much sculpture design, so it's more, comes down to what do you prefer, more detailed sculpture figure like this or this? Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree with me on this figure? Do you plan to purchase this figure? Leave it in the comment section below. As always, make sure you hit the subscribe button to know how to support the channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. This includes an overview of Catman, the gold label McFarlane exclusive figure, and on to the next one.